Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where today you can see we have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Flash Thompson Agent Venom. And this is the one from the line I was most excited for because this is my favorite character from the line. This is my favorite version of Venom at all. Flash Thompson, I love him as Venom and I love the whole arc he goes through. And these are some of the few modern comics. Well, I wouldn't say few, but I actually read these comics because I love Agent Venom so much. So yeah, the whole arc of him dying and sacrificing himself for Peter and all that, like to help out with the what was it? The Red Goblin? That was his name. Yeah, but then they kind of brought him back now. I haven't read a lot of modern after that point, but I know they kind of brought him back now as Agent Anti-Venom, which I hope that they give us an Agent Anti-Venom because I think they just need to change a few overlays and stuff. And then I would also like a repaint of this and the Thunderbolts, the Red Hulk Thunderbolts, because that's like one of my favorite teams. So yeah, so let's just get this guy out. I got this guy off Amazon, same way I got the Spider-Boy actually. And yeah, he came in a couple hours ago. I ordered him a couple days ago. But yeah, you can see all of the cross-sell. It says Agent Venom. When Flash Thompson bonds with an alien parasite suit, he's granted spider-like powers as Agent Venom. So yeah, it's basically Venom if Venom was a good guy working for S.H.I.E.L.D., working for the government. So yeah, and we'll just open that up. Ugh, that one's a little tougher than the other ones were. That's good. I don't want my figure to be tampered with, and I really do like that art. So yeah, we'll just. And this is probably the last one. I'm probably not going to get Chameleon. I mean, I might get him because I do want the head from him to put on a suited body so I could have a Chameleon in a suit because that's my Chameleon, honestly. Or that version or like the very classic Chameleon. I'm not a big fan of the 90s cartoon Chameleon design. But I do like the 90s cartoon. They usually get things pretty down to a T in the 90s cartoon. It's just Chameleon's design wasn't my favorite. And I think in the 90s cartoon, they made Craven like a wolf man or some shit. Or a lion man. Same thing they did with Spectacular Spider-Man. Two very great shows that kind of messed up one of Spider-Man's best characters, if you ask me. Oh, I'm having trouble taking him out. Oh, that one was... He's tough to get out. Sorry. Alrighty. I'm gonna put those accessories to the side. Let's look at this guy. Okay. So, well, first what we're going to do is we're going to take the Flash Thompson head off, and we're going to put the Agent Venom head on because that's how I'm going to display him in my display. And if I can get that on, that'd be nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is a great looking figure. There are some problems with him. I will wholeheartedly admit that. But this guy's going to hold me over till I get the reissue of the Amazing Yamaguchi. I'm so sad that I missed out on the Amazing Yamaguchi. If it was between the Amazing Yamaguchi Flash, Agent Venom, whatever you want to call him, and the Moon Knight, I probably would have rather have picked up him. But Moon Knight, I came out in a time where I was able to get the Moon Knight. Flash came out, and he was immediately sold out. So, and I'm calling him Flash because that's his name, Flash Thompson. You know, Spider-Man's original bully, Peter Parker's original bully. Not necessarily a Venom or a villain, but not necessarily like a beacon of shining light for a while. But now they're like good friends, so that's nice. And this looks really clean. Black and white are kind of easy to get messed up on. But overall, he's looking very clean. I don't see a lot of paint rub or smudging on any of the white parts. They all look pretty good for the most part. And that's good because this is Venom. There's really the only paint apps you need are a little bit of white for the symbol in the eyes. And then for a regular Venom, like yellow for the tongue. Or not yellow. Yellow for the teeth and like pinkish or red for the tongue. But overall, this guy looks great. I'm obsessed with the look of this figure. This is one of my favorite comic book characters, probably. And he's definitely, like, my favorite modern. He's up there with, like, the likes of Silk and Miles Morales for me. And Ben Reilly's not modern, really, but I'd also say Ben Reilly. Modern Ben Reilly kind of sucks, but classic Ben Reilly was great. And yeah, he just looks so good. You got the spikes everywhere, the white paint. These shoulder pads are separate pieces. They're the ring around the shoulder pad so you can get movement there. And yeah, I just love this figure. I'm so happy I got him out. So happy I got him out of the package. Oh, he's so cool looking. And yeah, so we're going to just go over articulation just to get this over with. So for articulation, he has a dumbbell joint that goes out. That's a thick one too. I don't know if a lot of Spider-Man or any Marvel Legends are that thick. Let me check. Yeah, you see just the thickness of the dumbbell going down in there, and then there's not a slit, so well, that's the Spider-Man head on that. That kind of looks cool. We'll look at that later. But yeah, so he's got a dumbbell joint, so that helps you get pretty good movement. You know, you get good tilt from side to side. Get okay up, not the best, but not the worst. You can bury the chin pretty well. Yeah, and you just get swivel, obviously. And then for the arms, they can go up to there because it's got the ring around the shoulder pad. And then move it all the way around. You got the upper bicep swivel. You got double jointed pinless elbows that can touch his shoulder pads, which is good. And then the most disappointing part of this figure is the ball joint that only goes into there and only goes back to there. But you got good tilt out of it. Yes, I do agree. This is like not the best, but you can get, for just being that, you can get pretty good tilt out of that. I would have preferred a crunch. I would honestly have preferred them use the new torso from the new Punisher figure, because that has like the perfect torso, and this should be reused for like Black Panther. I think Cap could look pretty good on this body with a little bit of muscle mass probably added to it. This is a good body, and I wish this guy was on there because he also seems a little short. I feel Flash Thompson is a little bit bigger than... He's not Eddie Brock size, but I feel like he's a little bigger. But this works for me because I like a slimmer, spider-like character. But I just do wish he was a little taller. But overall, this is not the worst. This is not the worst setup. There's no swivel at the bottom either, which would have basically just been spinning me anyway, but still, you know, but I think it's pretty good for what it is. The leg can kick up to there, kick out to there, and this has a holster on it, so it's going to be a little more, actually, it's really kind of the same. So, you got the upper thigh swivel, which is hidden by the straps on both legs, and then you have the double jointed knees, and kick his butt or his belt buckles, and then you have a hinge that can go back that far, forward facing pin for rocker is gonna be inhibited by this because it's not a soft plastic. So yeah, he is not gonna get the most amazing, he's not gonna be like the amazing Yamaguchi, sadly, but he's still pretty cool for what he is. And for accessories, he comes with the trigger finger hands, and then 2 gripping Spider-Man hands. These are not wall crawling, these are grippy ones. And then he has 2 fisted hands, clearly. And they all have the white back light on the back of the hand. And then he has the pretty good Flash Thompson head. But this does look like the actor from The Dark Knight, Harvey Dent. So I might put this on a suited body if I ever need a Dark Knight, you know, display, which I do like the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises and all that. So we'll have to see about that. He does look a lot like Harvey Dent from those movies. And I'm probably not the first one that you've heard say that, but I did have that. I feel like I had that thought pretty immediately when I saw this. I didn't see that said for a while, but yeah. And the head looks nice on the body, but yeah. And then for those trigger finger hands means guns. So you get like a pistol, which is like a NES type looking gun, honestly. That can go in the holster, and it'll probably stay in that holster permanently for me because that does not look good. And then you have like this rifle, which I am not going to use for this. The Agent Venom. Actually, I might. We'll see. But those just go in. The hands are soft, so you can just push those in. Well, if you can actually put it in the fingers, that'd be nice. always hate putting guns in hands. They can be quite a bitch sometimes. Even the soft ones can be a little bit of a bitch. Okay, he does not want to go in there, whatever. But you can get a pretty good rifle holding pose. I wouldn't put the trigger finger hand on, but you can do some stuff with that. So yeah, he looks good. He's pretty good. I hope that, like I said, I hope they do an Agent Anti-Venom, because I love all the Agent Venom looks, and I would like an Agent Anti-Venom as well. But more than that, I think I want the red one from the Thunderbolts, because I want that team. I hope that they repaint this with red. I hope that they give us that Elektra, a good Deadpool, and then we already have a very good Red Hulk, so that team will fill out pretty well. And then I just figured, just for head swaps, we can just do this real quick. This is the Spider-Man Retro. And, retro carded. No, this is from the 2-pack with Carnage. This is the Symbiote Spider-Man from the anime series. And that looks pretty good, actually. If you're not a fan of the white outline eyes and you want the solid eyes look, that's a pretty good option. And then vice versa, if you want a little bit of a different Spider-Man and you want this guy. The red or the black doesn't exactly match up, but in a good lighting, this will work. This black looks better on this body than this one looks on this body, but my Agent Venom is just going to look like Agent Venom because he's Agent Venom. Okay, now we'll get into size comparisons. Okay, so for size comparisons, well, first I'll show off him with the Spider-Man. We'll do the symbiote suits. So we got this Marvel Legends Spider-Man. I know everyone loves that so much, right? Then we have the Marvel Select Venom. Very great Venom. And yeah, this is the only Venom I have. I want to get the retro card back Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends, but that's hard to find. And I don't know if I want to pay as much as that can go for. So this will hold me over till I find a good Venom. And yeah, this is my favorite version of Venom anyway, so I'm glad to have the version that I have. If I had to choose one, it would be that. Okay, and next, well, I have another. This is Jessica Drew. And we have the War Journal Punisher. And I have tons of Valaverse guns, which will work with him. That's what I'm going to end up using, like the Valaverse type guns and stuff. So I don't like the Valaverse figures very much. I think the guy's a whiner that is part of that company that posts the YouTube videos. He's a bit of a whiner, but the guns they make are pretty cool. And then that's the Mezco Uzi. And then I put some straps on him. And that is the Mezco Superman face. And I think it looks really good. And I like my Superman happy anyway. And he comes with like 6, 7 heads. So I think that looks nice on Punisher. Alright, next. Who are we going to do next? Well, let's do the ones from this series. It's probably what everyone wants. We have Electro. This is Francine Fry. We have Spider-Man Unlimited. Great figure. We have Spider-Boy. Also a pretty good figure. Not the best, but he's pretty good. And then we have the second best in line, in my opinion, Kane. These are the two I wanted the most, followed by Francine Fry, then Spider-Man Unlimited probably, then Spider-Boy, and then Chameleon. Chameleon just because that's not my favorite look for Chameleon, but these all look pretty good together, and I'm glad that that's the case. Okay, and next we're going to get into, well, I have this is the VHS Carnage. He's not the best figure ever, but he'll do me till I get a better Carnage, like the Mafex or the Amazing Yamaguchi. But yeah, he's not terrible. And then this is my custom I made of Eddie Brock in like civilian form. This is just on the Bushwhacker body. I put a Mezco John Constantine head on there. That head's a little large, but honestly, that could work on here. This could work as... Nah, I like that better as Eddie. It's not a classic Eddie, but it's a good Eddie. And I like... He's one of the few characters like Wolverine that I like in just a casual civilian form kicking ass. So, speaking of Wolverine, here's the Mezco Tiger Stripe Wolverine, the Deluxe Steelbox Edition. I love him. He has the Batman hands from one of the blue Batmans, and then he has a Valorverse shotgun because I like giving Wolverine a shotgun. And then we have Dum Dum Dugan because I wanted to show this guy off with Shield, a Shield character. And then I will also wanted to do this since our boy has been in Shield. He was a Shield agent before he was Agent Venom, I believe. And that's about the same height. It's a little bigger. If you'd want to probably use the Nick Fury body, but this body looks pretty good as well. It's just he's a little beefier, so I'd probably use the Nick Fury body. But yeah, let's Dum Dum Dugan with him. And then the final two, we have probably my favorite Miles Morales figure. I just love this guy, and he's like the main centerpiece of my Spider-Verse display. And then we have my girl Silk. These are my two favorite modern Spider-Man characters that are modernly introduced. My favorite Spider-Man character, well, my favorite character is Black Cat, but we won't get into that. So yeah, that is this figure. He looks great, and I'm glad to have him in my collection. He's really cool. He's a very cool guy, very cool character, very cool figure. But don't let this fool you. I'm still getting the Amazing Yamaguchi. If I can find that Amazing Yamaguchi, I'm willing to pay that $150 price tag because I love Agent Venom that much. So I'm one of the few people that loves Agent Venom more than I love Venom. And I'm a very good big Venom fan. Like, he's not my favorite character ever, but you give me a Venom comic, I will read that shit. I watched the Venom movies and they're bad and I still enjoy them. Well, I haven't seen the third one yet. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm a fan of the black suit and Venom and that whole storyline, even though I hate Spider-Man 3 and I don't like the Raimi movies as much as I like the Amazing Spider-Man. I still am getting that Raimi black suit because it's the Raimi Spider-Man and it's the black suit. That's my favorite look in that movie. The black suit's not my favorite look of all time, but yeah. And I hope we get the original black suit eventually. The one with like the red, the like prototype design that the fans sold to Marvel for like it was $400 or something. Terrible trade-off, honestly. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Pick this guy up. He's in stock on Amazon. I think they all are. These are the only two I got off Amazon. The rest are in stock on Big Bad Toy Store now, so you can get them all on Big Bad Toy Store as well. He has $27 on Big Bad Toy Store. You can get him for like $25 on Amazon, so whatever you want to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.